As always.
Welcome.
Yeah, boy.
What's up, guys?
Oh, just no blood pressure. What's up with you?
I don't know.
What?
Hopefully not your blood
I
pressure.
don't know. I couldn't follow that. I was gonna say my red blood cell count, but I'm like, I don't know. I haven't had labs in like 6 months, so I don't know if that's true anymore.
All 3 red blood cells are accounted for. Oh, look, he's drinking more red. He's getting more red blood cells by the second.
It's fruit punch stevia.
Oh, we're about to have a run in.
I thought you were actually going to have, like, vampire blood or something.
You want to come say hi?
Like a spoiler alert. Oh, are we getting a run in already?
We're going to get a run in.
Oh, man, he's got the money in the bank.
He's going to
Connor McGillicuddy.
Hi.
He's got Woody. You're my favorite deputy.
It's my little boy.
That's your little deputy.
Yeah.
Can he hear us?
No.
Oh, man. Tell him I said ooga booga booga. So.
Doc says ooga booga booga. You gonna talk into the mic? Okay. You gonna tell everybody good night? Because you're about to go to sleep.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye, sweet boy.
I love you. All right. Well, that was a run-in.
Achievement unlocked.
All right.
Achievement unlocked. All right.
So, what's new in your world this week?
Well, I took the week off of streaming. I just kind of wanted to get a whole lot of things done around the house. I got some of those things done, not all of them. And then, just kind of took a step back and recharge everything, and we're gonna attack it next week.
You're going to have a new season premiere?
We're gonna have a new season premiere of the
boy.
same old stuff that we've been streaming for a couple weeks now.
Nice.
Because I'm still in the middle of games. Of course, wrestling, that's going to take a while.
I haven't got to keep up. How's The Last of Us going?
Oh, it's going pretty good.
Yay.
I'm enjoying it quite a bit.
Good.
The stream was a little flaky on me last time that I streamed, so I didn't get to stream too long. But I'm enjoying it. I'm finding some parts a little more challenging, but I'm not really finding it scary.
No, I never found that game scary at all.
I wonder if that's because you're streaming it, though. Like, if you're just sitting at home and chilling. And
like, there's not really a bunch of, like, pop scares. Because that's really the only thing that scares me.
I'm the same way.
It's kind of got the Resident Evil 4 vibe where you
Yeah.
just feel overwhelmed as opposed to terrified.
Now, I have felt overwhelmed a whole lot.
I get frustrated when I feel that way.
It's more frustrations and I am set to kill more than
Get you. I get
more
you.
than anything. But
It's
what's been
worth-
going on in your all's lives?
Tag you're at Alden.
Alden, you got something you want to say to everybody? Some accomplishment that you've had? Say it.
I finally learned what the word serendipitous means.
That's not what I'm talking about. Keep going. Say it.
I finished the bane of my existence, Final Fantasy X-2 last night. After 3 months of streaming it. I'm not completely finished with it, but I am kind of done. I mean, I am glad to be done with it though, because it wasn't a bad game, but it was very time consuming. It was very tedious, and I can't completely blame 10-2, but I feel like it was like a major blow to my Twitch channel, because it was just like the same thing every night. I'm just like, I need to do something more exciting, because it was a very tedious game. The ending was worth it though. If you care about the original ending, and it makes you sad, then you need to play 10-2 and get the perfect ending.
I really do need to play 10-2, and
I spoiled it like a decade ago because I was like, I'm never going to beat this damn game. So
I
like,
promise
what's
you.
happening? Tell me.
I promise you, after you sink 3 months into it, you'll care more.
I'm sure I will.
It hits different. Because I'm sitting here last night because I had no way of knowing if I would get it or not. And then the trophy is called like a Sweet Perfection or something. And then right when the final boss falls and it popped up, I was like, oh, I did it. Because I was so afraid because like I read so many people be like, yeah, I followed this stupid guide all the way through and I finished at 99.8%. And I was like, oh, God, that's going to be me. I was so scared. I was like, no. Thankfully, it was not. But I still have, after we the podcast tonight, I'm probably going to hop on. There's at least 2 trophies. One I can get immediately. I just didn't do it. And another one I can work towards. But I'm going to try to knock some of those out and get those platinums eventually.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Jolly good.
Have them stay.
My little buddy.
Got another run in.
It happens.
Yeah, I went to check on my son before we started, and he was gone. I was like, where did he go? And then I went to our room, and he's sitting in there. He's like, I don't want you in here. I'm like, okay. And he's like,
okay.
I want milk.
At least he's succinct and to the point.
He's at that phase right now where it's I don't want this immediately. I want this. So I get in bed. He goes, I don't want you. Give me a hug. And he immediately throws himself on me. And I'm like, okay.
It's like reverse psychology almost.
You're not giving me
Kids are weird.
I don't want $1 million.
With mommy. Go right down.
No.
No?
Oh,
Okay. Okay. All right. So, Doc, do you have anything going on this week? Any accomplishment?
Over the long Labor Day weekend, I had 4 days off.
Yeah.
Well, 3. I had an in-service, and I was putting all sorts of band instruments together, so that was fun. Nothing much on the gaming scene. Just made it through another week of school and went through this. It was okay. Nothing too crazy.
For those that couldn't see with that glare, it's Alone in the Dark.
Yeah, sorry. I was trying to focus it a little better. And you can see the reflection of all of us on the screen, too. Yeah, Alone in the Dark, PS5. Picked it up pretty cheap from our local used game gimmick. And has the dude from Stranger Things and the girl that I don't know. And it's like Resident Evil 7 and The Evil Within and Eternal Darkness all had a baby, and the baby was that.
Yeah.
And it played okay. It looked okay. It just, pretty forgetful. I didn't remember I beat it until about an hour ago, and I was getting comfy and comfy clothes and getting ready for the stream, and I was like, oh, yeah, I did play that.
That's bad. That is,
that
not
is really
instill
bad.
confidence in the oh, I did finish that. Oh, yeah.
But there's a couple more things I might want to play with it because you got 2 characters and you're supposed to get a little bit more info to the story, but the story just wasn't.
But if you didn't care the first time, do you think you'll care the second?
You know, I was already skipping cutscenes. I went back and started the second character, and I'm like, all right, what's going to be different? And then so far it was literally the same.
The same thing.
Yeah, but I might pick it up again closer to Halloween or something. We'll see. Or I might go to McKay's tomorrow morning. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anywho, that's me. Just surviving another week.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. So tonight's episode is going to be focused on high school band and band camp.
Speaking of
We're
Bandcamp,
gonna
today is
broaden
Bandcamp
that
Friday. Go to Bandcamp/R Alden Clark and buy all of your music needs. But
loud
seriously,
noises.
It is Bandcamp Friday. So if you want to support the arts, there are people better than me out there who deserve it. Anyway,
Man, I feel like it was DJ Alden getting ready to turn up. And
I know. I thought he was just going to go home.
Zwiggity swag, what's in the bag?
Connor, you want to show him how you laugh? Watch this.
Ooh,
I got him to knee slap.
Knee slapper Jones.
He loves it. All right, you want to go in there, mommy?
Sweet boy.
No? Okay. You want to play with
you
daddy?
brought a friend now, too. Who dat?
It's a little gator.
Hey, little gator.
Have you ever played the Little Gator game?
No.
Gator
Okay.
game?
Oh, you guys need to play a Little Gator game. It's awesome.
Little gator game.
I used to have a Gator Golf.
So this is the main
Gator
character from Little Gator game. The default name is Little Gator, but you can name it whatever you want to. And it's basically like, I don't know how to describe it. The whole game is you playing on an island with your friends and recruiting all the friends you can find and together building up a playground just because you want your older sister to put down her homework and play with you. And it's a really fun, whimsical game.
Cute.
You should check it out. It's actually awesome.
Cool.
It's like a 2-hour platinum, but it's so much fun.
I was just mesmerized that he had pants.
He's supposed to be like Link. He has a little stick and a shield.
That's
Little hat.
cool, dude.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, I got it on Fangamer for like $15. So
Cool. The eyeballs remind me of something, and I can't quite remember what it is.
Cell from Dragon Ball Z.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. I never really was a Dragon Ball boy. My brother was.
I never was either.
He was big into anime, but I never did like anime. But there was one anime on Adult Swim that I always kind of chuckled, and it would always be on at 2 a.m. when I woke up to go pee.
Which
And it
one
was
that?
Shin Chan. You guys know Shin Chan?
I remember that.
No.
It was like little kids, not a little kids anime, but like an anime about little kids, and it was this little smarty pants little kid that would.
I remember it.
I vaguely remember him being like kind of a perv, maybe, or maybe I'm thinking of something else, or like meshing anime together in my head. But it was weird.
Man,
and
Adult Swim
kinda got
had
a kick out of
some strange stuff.
Oh
Yeah.
man. Yeah, they did. But I think one of my favorites from Adult Swim, and I actually found the 3rd volume of it at McKay's not long ago, was Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law.
I remember that.
My God, that was such a good show and so off the cuff and ridiculous. And I still make random quotes to this day, and people just look at me like I have 3 heads, and I'll go, just don't worry about it.
I remember
Kinda wanna-
Space Ghost. You guys
Space
remember
Ghost,
Space Ghost?
Brack Show,
Yeah.
Brack Show.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Yep.
Aqua Teen kind of gave me the creeps sometimes because some of their episodes were just really hilarious, and then some were really weird, and then some would give me nightmares. Probably because I was watching it right before I went to bed.
Do you remember Hand Banana?
No, I do not remember that one.
Hand Banana.
No.
And
So they I don't know what leads up to it, but they're able to like clone things. So like Shake clones his hand, and it's just like a dog in Meatwad calls it Hand Banana.
Every time I get a
you
little,
guys can keep talking. I'll be right back.
okay.
All right.
Every time I get a little guitar riff stuck in my head, I think of the episode where Carl's trying to seduce somebody, and he's sitting there with his leg propped up on a couch, and he's going boom bam boom 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 bam solo. Willy wah.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, and I at some point in my life, someone had modded a Guitar Hero for the PC. To put that as a guitar solo into Guitar Hero. And it was just the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen in my life. I loved every second of it. But
Nice.
trippy stuff, man. I think we're getting some super secret Viper info.
What was another good one?
China,
China, Illinois. Did you watch that?
any of those?
No, I wasn't. So they like William Street produced like all of this stuff, but like different people made them, and I can't remember. I think China, Illinois was Brad Neely. That's and then of course Brendan Small made Home Movies and Metalocalypse and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I don't know about. I can't remember who made C-Lab, but it was like the same people who made like Venture Brothers, wasn't it? Very similar
Maybe.
animation.
I'd like to find out who, like, I guess it's not Warner Brothers. Who am I thinking of? Turner Broadcasting. That's the one I'm thinking of.
Maybe.
Where they would take like older cartoons, I guess, that they couldn't monetize on anymore, and they thought, let's take a spin on it, because I guess it was a C-Lab 2020 show, I guess, and then they would turn it into the 2021. But I didn't
was
watch
in-
a whole lot of.
Well,
Sorry,
that
what's
was essentially the same thing with Space Ghost, wasn't it?
right, because Space Ghost used to be like this old 60s cartoon. And then I guess they just flipped him into the talk show host thing. And then the Brack show had like this Leave It to Beaver-esque kind of quality to it.
Of course, we can't forget about Eric Andre's show.
I never did get to watch that.
Oh,
I remember
man.
Tim and Eric, where John C. Reilly was just off his rocker.
Oh, yeah,
But back to Steelhead 2021, there was always that one. I never would watch the show except maybe once or twice, but they always had a little sign-off thing, and it had this in an apartment, and there's a girl laying on the bed, and he's like holding his shirt like half ripped off, like Enrique Iglesias with a mustache, and he goes, "Do you want the mustache on or off?"
I remember you showing this to me so many times.
The girl goes, "Off, please," and you see the guy go, "Too bad."
Too bad. I don't remember that. Like, I don't know what that was, but you showed that to me like 50 times in college. And we quoted it every day.
Yeah, quoted it all the time.
Would you like the notation on or off?
Off, please.
Too bad.
What's some other ones? Those are, man, I'm having some good flashbacks now. Didn't Cartoon Network shut down at the start of this year?
I don't think so.
Well, there was something about like the website or the network had shut itself down, and
no, I don't know.
Huh?
I know people have
I don't know.
Like,
I'm so
spreading that for like years, and I
dropped cable, so I'm not really sure.
Oh yeah, I haven't had cable in a while.
Yeah, we're getting full circle with all the streaming services where we're just might as well just buy cable again because we're spending as much money on the separate streaming services as we would.
My cable bill was like $268 a month.
Yuck.
It was disgusting. Now it's 80 something.
Much
just
better.
for internet.
I like that better.
Did you ever watch Ed, Edd n Eddy?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That's on HBO Max. If you guys have
it was. Liz is about to riot because about 2 summers ago I gave her the glory that is Ed, Edd n Eddy, and she was obsessed with it. I gotta tell you her new obsession in a minute, but Ed, Edd n Eddy, that was like her comfort, her go-to show. And I think right before school started back, we were trying to go watch some old episodes, and they took it off of HBO Max.
Is it on something else then?
I don't know. I really don't. And I've got to look and see if maybe they've released it on DVD somewhere or Blu-ray, because I'm a Blu-ray skank.
I would check Vudu.
That's true too.
McKay's.
Yeah, if I end up going tomorrow, I need to remember to like turn that corner.
Either go to McKay's or FYE in the mall.
FYE, unless they're trying to get rid of it, they'll charge you double for it.
I try to avoid the mall as much as humanly possible.
Well, I understand.
I get you. If I'm ever forcibly there, then I do like to go in there because I've found some cool stuff over the years at FYE.
Yeah.
But just the mall is just like a skeleton nowadays. So
I still miss Easttown.
Yeah. Easttown was so cool.
Easttown was the bee's knees.
The place was awesome.
Those of you playing along with our home game can probably figure out where the hell we live now. So
Westtown and Easttown.
Yep. Anywho. Well, gentlemen, you want to start talking about band camp?
Sure.
Who's going first?
How about you,
Mr. DJ
Mr.
Band Camp?
Mr. Director?
Well,
Mr. Director.
Herr Director. Actually, on a side note, I actually got to go to my, not my high school I went to, but the one in my town's band room today on a whim. The weekend before, I had found this huge portrait of that high school band from about 15 years ago, around the time Viper and I were probably seniors in our own high schools, sitting at a thrift store for $15, and I picked it up, and the band director, who I know, messaged me and said, "Hey, grab that," and I did. So
there was a photo of your band at a thrift store?
Not mine, but the one in our town.
Oh, but why any school? Why was that at a thrift store?
Well, it was in the same town. The band director and I texted back and forth, and we were like, "Why is this here?" It was like really professionally framed, and it had a logo of like the local photography place in town. And so I finished with my stuff at the end of the day today. I picked up my daughter from the Boys and Girls Club because it's hard to teach band when a 8-year-old's running around the room. But I looked up the schedule. This is how thought out this was. I looked up the schedule for the high school to see if they had a home or away game, and I thought, away game, where are they going? William Blount, which is like 45 minutes away. And I said, I still have time. I can swing by the high school and see if I can drop up
location here.
This spot here. But I thought, I'm getting really tired of this picture sitting in the backseat of my car. So I pull in because it's down the street from my school. And I remember where the band room was. So I pulled to that same spot, and my daughter's asking 20 questions in the background going, where's this? Is this where blah happened? I've been here before. Da-da-da. And I pull up, and you see their truck loaded up, and you see like the band parents ready to go, and you see the band buses, and I'm like, oh, they haven't left yet. Time to get in my car. And I thought, I'm going to walk in here and see like at least a dozen of my former students, which is not a bad thing. I love having students and former students, but I get a little embarrassed and like weirded out because I can't recognize a lot of them. Because the last time
I get that.
Yeah, they're little baby sixth graders, and then all of a sudden they're all hairy and like half a foot taller than me, or looking like adults. And sure enough, my daughter and I walked through the door, and then it was so I had like 10 of them surround me, and then I nudged one of them. I said, "Hey, go find the band director." And so eventually we handed it over, and we discovered that there's a similar photo in the band room, like above, like he pointed over to like a catacomb somewhere. But he said, I'm glad you got it, because someone in the community would have been like, why is this here? Why is blah, blah, who doing it? It would have turned into some negative spin. But he's like, yeah, I'm glad you got this. And he was going to pay me back.
You found it.
Yeah, I'm glad I found it too. And he's like, he had initially told me he'd pay me back for it. And I said, just consider it a donation to the program or whatever. But I just kind of got a kick out of that. They were talking to me for a few minutes before they split. And so that's kind of a bonus perk about being a teacher in my area. I'm so close to seeing all the other kids nearby, and not necessarily a band camp story for tonight, but I kind of wanted to share that one. That was kind of neat. So
that's cool.
If it comes to a particular band camp story, now I know Viper and Alden had talked about before we got on the stream about the fact that they had certain setups for their schools for band camp. With mine, my freshman year, I hit on a few weeks ago. We had traveled to Greenville, insert city here. I mean, you could insert that too, but as a cost-saving measure, sorry guys, cost-saving measure, or cost-cutting measure, whatever, we would have our camp at school. Which
that's what we did.
I always enjoyed that a lot more.
It was so much easier, and
I could sleep in my own bed.
Yeah,
that was like the big thing for me.
So we never went. Well, we did one like day during the band camp. We would go to a DCI show at the end of camp. And if you don't know what DCI is, it's Drum Corps International. It's like professional marching band per se, but they would always have a either exhibition or like just local competition somewhere around town around the time that we would wrap up our band camp. And so, I mean, we would all take buses over there, and I mean, it was so much fun doing that.
I have a hot take here.
You don't like DCI, do you?
I don't really like DCI.
Yeah, I know you don't. I do. I enjoy it.
I loved my time in marching band. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world, high school or college for that matter. I just kind of see it as bland. I don't know why.
Even hotter take here.
Oh God, you don't like marching band at all.
Doc sucks.
No, I hate it. I hate music with a passion. This has all been a long game.
The long con is unveiled.
No, I do not understand the obsession with drum corps, and the people who are in their 30s and they still make it their whole personality. To me, are the same as the 45-year-olds who sit outside of a football field at a high school game when they don't have children.
Yeah.
I could. Yeah, there's something to that. I could see definitely.
It's like you
Maybe
can't
it's
get
those
out of your
40-something.
glory days. You have to just
Yeah, literally was about to come out of my mouth. Some glory day stuff going
I
on.
just enjoy it. You know,
I don't know.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Maybe part of it kind of trails back to the fact that for my band camp and for my high school years, everything we did field-wise was based off of known or semi-known performances, music.
Mhm.
It wasn't the hoity-toity written vague nobody's gonna know this.
Oh, everybody
Mine
knew what we
was.
playing.
Mine was.
Everybody knew what we was playing. We played Batman. We played
See, that's the
we
thing.
did
That's the thing.
not.
There,
Big Bad Voodoo Daddy. I mean,
Alden, was it you? Okay, I don't know if we've mentioned this before, but Alden and my wife went to school together, and they've known each
Mhm.
other for a long time. And
Long
I don't know if
time,
it's
yeah.
ever been brought up.
yeah, I think he brought it up when.
She really
Okay.
should be here for these band camp stories.
Yeah,
They're
well,
watching
she's
Lilo
lame,
and
and
Stitch.
Oh my
still,
God.
so.
What?
But anyway, my band director was
we got
on
we got a
Another
wifey
run-in.
running. Oh,
Leave the bottle.
Leave the bottle.
Have fun with that bed wet in the middle of the night. He already had a cup of milk.
And that's just her.
Well, my goal was to cut him off before an hour before bed.
Guess what?
You want me to
Third
come in
graders
here?
still don't work. It didn't work on third graders
Okay.
still. So.
I mean, my son drinks all the
Don't
time.
worry.
So,
Like father, like son.
like father, like son.
Anyway, what were we saying about your wife?
What was it? My wife. I mean, y'all. I think she mentioned a Beach Boys show y'all did once, and
Oh God. Yep.
I don't remember. Like my high school band director was on a musical kick, and that's how I kind of got into musicals as a kid.
Did she start in 7th grade?
I think she I know with his
March
school
7th
system,
graders?
they marched 8th graders, I believe, because
Eighth
they
graders?
were
We
so
marched
small
7th
and
as
then-
well.
Did
Wow.
you really?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I
feel
did
like
though
that
because I didn't
he
have
was from
interest until 8th grade.
Podunkville. So,
I feel like that would have been wow.
But yeah, so that's why I'm thinking if she started 7th grade, then we started at the same time because I'm a year older than her, and I was in 8th grade when she started because that Beach Boys show I'm pretty sure was my first year, and I don't think it was a Beach Boys show, but it had Beach Boys music in it. It only had 2 songs. It had God, what were the music? What was? Hang on. It
I'm
had
tempted to pull her in.
it had Fun Fun Fun. It had Splish Splash, Mr. Tambourine Man, On Broadway, and something else. Another song. I don't remember. But it was a very wow. My director apparently loves the 60s. And then our next year, one year was Hairspray, one year was Les Mis, and it was just like
Oh yeah, I remember Hairspray because
was
she walks around singing "Good Morning Baltimore" quite a lot.
yeah, and now I'm going to as well. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I mean, we did. Batman was probably our most popular one.
If it was cool or in the cultural zeitgeist, it was in the stands, not on the field.
But our Batman was not like. I mean, it was the
You were Keaton.
Batman Forever. Batman.
Oh, okay. You were Schumacher.
Yeah, and
Joel.
I mean, we made a huge flag, and we had a really big band, and we had a huge flag that was, I would say 30 to 30, and it covered the entire band, and it flew over the entire band. And let me tell you what, those guard girls were so scared to do that. She was like, I know this is not going to be hooked in and is going to take out half the band. And it did one time.
Let me guess.
But it was during a rehearsal. It was during a rehearsal.
Okay.
It was when we were in Miami and the wind took it off.
Oh.
And it covered half the band, but I was on the sideline because I had a freaking headache like crazy. I was there just...
We gotta tell about how we were on the homecoming golf cart. We'll explain that one a little bit.
I have
The
so
entire
many
story?
stories.
Well, I can explain parts of it.
Okay.
We'll round table back. I'll share one quick memory and then I'll let y'all go because I've talked too long.
You're good.
But let's think of a good one. Not necessarily a band camp one, but God, you and all of us could probably think of dozens and dozens of stories over the years.
I mean, we could probably do 3 or 4 episodes on.
Oh God, yeah, we could.
These.
One of the ones that pops up in my head a lot, and it's awfully mean of me to think of and laugh at nowadays. My senior year, I was in charge of 9 other knuckleheads in the trumpet section because it was me, 2 juniors, and 7 freshmen, and I was boned. Me, 3 juniors and freshmen, but anyway. We were talking one morning before we were lining up for morning warm-ups or whatever, and this girl, nice girl, her and I butted heads sometimes. We were friendly other times, whatever. We kind of gave her grief, and me and 2 of my best buddies at the time too were also trumpet players, and we were smart Alex. We were cackling, we were doing goofy stuff all the time, and girls trumpet, brand new trumpet, took it out on the field, which was a mistake. Her valves were sticking. And we suggested to her, actually, not we, it was one of my other friends, but I'll take credit because we kind of encouraged it. He said just to take the trumpet and just to tap it on the ground, valve first, to get the valves unstuck. And she looks at us, and she takes her trumpet, and she starts wailing it like it owed her money. And me and my 2 friends
It's so literal.
Fell on the ground laughing at her. And she looked at us like we were nuts. And, I think karma came back to bite me because it was either that year or the year after. I brought my new trumpet out like a moron. And on a water break, someone was throwing little pebbles and rocks, and you could hear like some silence as we were all like drinking and panting profusely or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you hear ting. Someone threw a rock at my trumpet. Well, someone threw a rock and it hit my trumpet.
Oh.
I ended up being roommates with that guy in after college. And my wife, one of my wife's best friends, married that dude eventually. And actually, he'll show up on the podcast eventually. That would be good old Bobbert.
Oh, I was about to say.
Sweater vest. Sweater
That would be the
vest.
Bob.
AKA sweater vest.
Have we talked to him about being on here yet?
No, but now we are. We're
We're just throwing it out there.
throwing down the gauntlet,
We'll
baby.
just clip this and send it to him.
Yeah.
No context.
Time for some
Government name and all.
Yeah. All right, tag y'all are it, and we'll Viper and I'll share our college.
So I do have one story.
Story.
Kind of similar to what you did, but we were doing a practice drill right before a competition, and it was like the last run before a competition too. And so we were sitting there, and so we go off. I'm supposed to be marching one way and then quickly turn while I raise my horn, right? Well, this guard girl apparently don't know how to count to 8, so she stepped off at the wrong time, and she's doing her little twirling thing, and she's like in my spot, and I have no clue that she's there. So I turn around, and she smashes the hell out of my horn, puts a big dent that long. I was a trombone player into my slide where I couldn't like take it out. And I jumped in her at, like, I yelled at her so bad, and I just walked off. And then the director, which was not the main director that you two know, he came over to me and he's like, do we need to talk about this? And I was like, it's probably wise that you don't talk to me right now.
Where was this and who do I know?
Was
this in college or high school?
No, high school.
Oh, I probably don't know
you
your
don't know
from.
this guy.
Oh, I can't remember. Is this the one that worked?
You guys don't know. No. You guys don't know. But he came over and he was like, "Hey, do you want to talk about what happened?" And I was like, "No, honestly. Do you have something that you want to say to me?" Because I thought he was gonna. I mean, I was cussing her out like heavy. She cried, and I mean, I was pissed. So I was like, all right.
I don't blame you.
So Lunsford's was closed. We had a competition the next day. Rush's was closed.
Ooh.
So I had nowhere to take it to, and we had a freaking competition the next day. So me and my dad drove all the way to Lowe's just to try to figure something out, and we got one of those wooden poles, okay, and put it on the inside of my tuning. I mean, we ripped it out, but on the inside and like pried it out just so I can at least slide it past it.
Mercy.
And then we put the it was like a wooden dowel that was like long.
And chances are that's probably sitting in the repairman's office too.
Probably, but so we like bent that out, and he comes to me the next day and he's like, "Well, are you gonna have to march a spot?" And I was like, "No, we freaking fixed it." I mean, I used a little more colorful language, but
answers like SpongeBob likes to say.
But I was like, we freaking fixed this, so I'm good to go. And he's like, how'd you do it? How'd you do it? And I was like, nope, we fixed it. We're gonna leave it at that. Imagination. But me and that girl never got off to a good start. Like we hated each other. So me kind of jumping on her and yelling at her actually felt pretty good.
I had my share. I did that. Actually, ironically, to the same girl I told about the trumpet valves. Different story. I remember throwing up Diet Mountain Dew in the shower that night too. That's fun. Sharing too much information. All right, Alden, tag you're it.
Okay, I've got many, but I'm gonna do two. One is whimsical, and one is like involved a crime. So
right on.
So the first one was my first year. Like I said, I started in 8th grade, so I had 5 years of band camp. My band camp was a stay-away camp. We would go on Sunday evening and would come home on Saturday or something like that, I think it was. So it was like 7 days there. It was at a private school. So basically for the summer, most of the students there were like Japanese and Korean, and like the East Asian were like the majority of the population at the school. But the school was gone for the summer when we did it. So we're basically just living in these people's rooms. So my first year there, we all just got curious and started like looking through all the stuff, and we found all kinds of really odd things. But one of the things that that really stood out was, for some reason, a pink Barbie tent was in someone's closet.
What?
So someone took the tent and they put it out in the hallway of the dorm that we were in. Mm-hmm. That same week, everyone's shoes started missing. So someone just was going around to people's rooms when they're open and stealing their shoes, like sandals and stuff, shoes they didn't need to like march in and stuff, but spare shoes. Mm-hmm. And all week they just kept stealing these shoes, and then the last day we like wake up and someone has erected that tent in the hallway with a sign that says the Shoe Fairy, and it's just literally filled to the brim with people's shoes. So that was a fun little story. But the other one was my last year. We actually stayed in a different dorm that year. It was on the opposite side of the campus. And to preface this, I was a senior, obviously. And I used to have this old video camera. I don't even know where it came from. I think it was my late stepdad's cousin gave it to him because he accidentally ran over it and didn't want it anymore. It was like on the top of his car and it fell off. So like if you open the side cam, like this still played on those micro VHS tapes. So when you open the little screen pop out, like a good third of it was just blacked out and you couldn't see anything, but you could still film with it. So I was an amateur filmmaker. I just wanted to record things and like make my own videos. And so that year I'm like, I'm going to take this to band camp. Maybe we can make some fun home videos when we're not, marching or doing practice and stuff. So that week I just, recorded stuff. Nothing crazy. Well, then, like the last day, it was like Friday morning, we woke up and then there were these 3 guys. I won't give their names, but one of them comes in and it's like, dude, guess what we did last night? I'm like, what? And he goes, we snuck off campus. We walked into town, got some McDonald's, then we climbed the water tower. And I'm like, what? And they were telling everyone about it. Well, that was stupid because they found out, like the directors found out about it, and they were all kicked out of camp and suspended from band for like the first 2 games and weren't allowed to be part of anything. But the real kicker is I found out they took my camera with them and recorded it. So I had to delete everything off the camera.
Wow.
Good God.
So that was fun.
Man, hearing both of your stories just made me think of another half dozen more.
I know, right? Like,
oh, man.
Doc, me and you were in high school the same time Katrina hit. You remember that?
Yeah.
So we were marching. We were practicing whenever
2011?
we had some. No. 20.
We were not in high school together, but we were
2006.
6.
Yeah.
That's right.
5 or 6.
Five.
5.
But like one of our tubas was literally floating like this and not touching the ground. That's how strong those storms were where we were.
Gosh.
Okay. So I remember the fact that our system was going to move the game to a day before because either the storms, leftovers were coming or they had already gone through. Don't recall. But we ended up going to our game, and this was one of our biggest rivals. It was over a 300-plus piece marching band, and if I say that, I'm sure both of you almost automatically know who I'm referring to here, and they're very hostile, very...
Were the initials the same as you measure sound frequencies?
Yes, that would be the one.
That's what I thought.
And so, hang on. Alden, do you remember at band camp when I broke the light in a pillow fight?
Yep, I remember that.
We'll go back to that. Hang on.
We'll circle back around to that.
We'll circle back. Long and the short of it is they decided that it would be a good idea for, I guess, to protect us from any sort of weather, was to put us in the baseball diamond stands, which was conveniently beside the football game, but like close enough so that we could still be heard and see the game. We were put in the stands right beside the other team's marching band. So we were side by side in the same enclosed area, like we could reach out and touch the other band. And it was a hostile environment the whole night. Me being kind of oblivious, I didn't notice a lot of it, but I had heard some of the upperclassmen getting into rambles. Things were being chucked at us, and I'm sure we were probably guilty of doing some stuff too. By halftime, my band director, I love my old band director, but he could go from 0 to 100 relatively quickly.
I feel like that's a story for every band director.
Right, yeah. They're either divorced, drinker, or smoker, or, I don't know,
rage.
Right.
Rage.
Mine had most. But we ended up, like, abandoning ship there and then just parking it in the visitors' bleachers. And I'm sure, who freaking cares? But when we got over there, he cut loose. He had us play nonstop from third quarter to the end. We ignored the referees. We ignored. He was in rage mode the whole rest of the night, and he was screaming at this and that. Not at us necessarily, but he was just pissed off at the whole world, and he was trying to make sure we were okay, obviously. And it was awesome. I loved it.
Were you guys a 2A or a 3A?
Was it the higher the number, the lower the?
No, I think it's the higher the number, the bigger the band.
Yeah.
I think
we were a 1A. We had like 40 people at that.
I think we're a 3A.
If we weren't 3, we were 4.
Because I think
we had at least 300 people in there.
I think old Decibels was a 4A, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, Decibels. Yeah, they were big boy. So I reversed that, maybe 2 or 3. But
I'm pretty sure we were a 3.
We were smaller than Alden, but wait. We were bigger than Alden, but smaller than Viper.
I will tell you,
yeah.
The smallest marching band I ever saw in my life was my
Fulton
8th grade or freshman year.
Insert Fulton here.
No. Cumberland Gap High School.
Hey.
They had 11 members.
That was where Emily worked.
Yeah, that's true.
Here.
They had 11 people that year I went, and
Yeah,
one
nice.
percussionist, and it was a marching bell player.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, it was
Right, you're
weird.
gonna have to go to
I'm
bed,
like,
bud.
you have one percussionist, and it's a glockenspiel on wheels.
Actually, I take that back.
Okay.
No, don't take that back. Wait. Oh. how do I
Oh.
know?
Was it AE that had a really small band too?
AE does.
East?
Yeah, they did.
Theirs was small, but dude, they packed a punch, man.
They weren't bad. They were about the size of
No.
ours.
They were definitely one of those radio bands. Let me tell you that much.
Yeah, Emily
Not what
chaperoned
we're
for 'em,
used
and
to.
I remember sitting in for a ball game when we were at Cumberland Gap, or she was at Cumberland Gap.
For all of you who don't know what
woman-
AE is, that's American Eagle. So
Yeah.
kind of
Yes,
kind of a
absolutely.
hot topic right now. So we'll move on from that.
Ooh, hot cha cha cha.
Oh, I don't know anything about that
Not to be confused with Hot Topic, which is like Spencer's, but not.
at all.
Anyway, move.
Anymore. Somebody turned lights on there.
What was the other Spencer's? It was Spencer's, and then was it Hot Topic? The other thing, like
No,
the
Hot
vague,
Topic was
risque
like goth.
mall one that you wouldn't want to go to because they had enhancement of whatever. Let's move on.
Anyway,
Inside. Remember Smiling
Oh.
Bob?
no.
You don't remember Smiling Bob?
yeah,
No.
yeah, those commercials that
Oh,
would show at
yes,
2
they were
a.m.
on
between
Adult
the Girls
Swim.
Gone Wild commercials and
It was
Oh,
the
oh.
inside, the male enhancement commercial, and his name was Smiling Bob, and he would just be like, this
So,
commercial.
I don't remember.
It looked
Y'all
like
were
those
watching
fall-
some crazy TV back in the hills.
Well, remember 2 a.m. had Harvey Birdman and
And we're
Adventure
back.
Brothers.
We're back.
Yeah,
Were we on
good
that?
stuff. We'll circle
I
back.
do
real
have
quick
one.
to that.
Okay.
Yeah, go.
I want to hear the lighten the pillow.
Okay, wife,
Alden.
coughing up. Do you
Oh.
want to slide in here?
I
Cam?
barely remember the story.
Let's see
I
if
just
can
remember
get
there
my
was
wife.
like
Hang on.
this spontaneous pillow fight broke out in the hallway, and someone knocked one of the little
Apparently
not the
that
ac-
was
not the
Emily.
actual light, but you know, like
My
the
turn to have to run
little
in.
clear
Yeah.
the covers that go over the fixtures.
Yeah.
Yeah, they shattered one of those into pieces. Actually, if I'm not
Oh,
mistaken, did you all not hit it and knock it loose, and it fell on someone's head and broke over their head?
Come on in.
Was it Casey?
Yeah, it was
It fell on
I don't
Casey's head, didn't
remember.
it?
So it was one of the last days of band camp too. We were having
always
a pillow
is.
fight. Yep. The dorm was separated. The girls were upstairs, the boys were downstairs. So we were having a pillow fight upstairs. And we're like, hey, let's bring this downstairs to the boys. And then
Let's
like
bring it downstairs.
Oh, God.
lots of people got involved. And then I'm very tall. I lifted the pillow above my head and hit the cover of the light. I'm pretty sure it did fall and hit somebody's head and break that way, but I got in so much trouble.
Aw.
I'm almost positive you knocked it loose and it fell on Casey's head and it broke in half over his head.
Yeah,
Did he
I'm
deserve
almost
it?
positive.
probably.
No, Casey
Okay.
didn't deserve anything. He was a sweetheart. He
Oh
was
my
really
gosh, y'all
nice.
tried to kill somebody.
Brick killed the
Interestingly,
guy.
interestingly though, he was one of the 3 that got kicked out for going to the water tower.
Oh. Was that the same year?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember that. That must have been during the lost year when I was in Georgia.
Alden said that he.
This was, you would have been a junior. So
So that you were back.
that's when we
That's
stayed in
quite
the dorm on the other side of the campus.
Alden
was
was,
the-
under the impression that you marched 7th grade because he was in 8th grade, or when he was
I
in 8th grade?
marched. I was a band-aid in 7th grade.
That's why you knew the show. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mentioned the Beach Boys show or Beach
The
Boys
Band-Aids. I
song.
forgot about
Part of the
Band-Aids.
Band-Aids.
That is pretty cool. I like that.
We
Chef
didn't
aid.
march. I mean, hell, we couldn't fit them on the freaking field if we marched 8 graders.
I don't think I ever had to pay for that light either.
Well, see,
I don't know what happened, but
see that's where we're different,
Still
okay?
broke
Because
into
you
this
had
day.
a big school with sponsors. We had a school where our practice field doubled as a Lifestar landing pad and also a place for the annual tomato war.
Oh, dang it. I was going to make that joke too.
I
But
should
yeah,
do that.
literally, it's a lot where they just throw tomatoes. And I'm sure there's lots of nice tomatoes.
Literally, the first month of every school year was stepping on rotten tomatoes.
Yep.
It was
Wow.
disgusting. So
and then
nasty.
there's a huge ditch separating the field and the parking lot.
Yep.
And then one time I was going too fast and I tripped in the ditch and my trumpet went sliding across the parking lot.
Oh, no.
It wasn't Lunsford's. It was a
Russia?
place in Morristown.
Bandland?
Trade
No.
trade
Center?
shop.
Trade Center, yeah.
Trade Center.
They couldn't like do anything. So
I think
ended
I've
up
been there
getting
one time because I looked.
I went there a lot.
Pat sent me over there to look at the trombone, and I didn't like it.
One of my old band directors would give lessons there a lot. I knew the owner of the Trade Center. I spent a lot of time in there.
That's where I got my first trumpet.
Me and
I
another
did one first.
buddy would go in there and play around with all the stringed instruments all the time.
Yeah,
That place
it was kind of weird. In my,
You just, well, I mean, it was a pawn shop, but then it had a music store built into it, and it wasn't
Yeah.
like a Russ's or a Lunsford's, but it was just.
I was
enough-
expecting something like that.
Yeah.
My the inside of my valves were dented so bad they couldn't fix it, and like the bell was scraped and like flat on one side. Where it
She
still-
should have used my little trick. Should have took a good trip to Lowe's.
Did
But-
I ever tell you the light story?
I don't think I may have heard it, but it's
I
been
don't
a while.
remember much from main camp. But...
We're reminiscing about a lot of ones. I don't know if I told you this one too, but since you're talking about away band camp stories and getting in trouble, this was freshman Doc, and I remember waking up the following morning and lots of the older upperclassmen were like groggy, tired, and pissed off about something. And it turns out
Go
that
figure.
a lot of the older upperclassmen had been talking ish about the drum instructor's older daughter and how promiscuous she may or may not have been. But lurking in the shadows in the first floor, sitting on the stairs, was the percussion director himself, listening to everybody talk ish about the daughter. So he spent the next 2 hours making them face down in on a hill and do push-ups till they passed out. So
Tell them about your promiscuous show you did.
promiscuous show.
I think it was Rent where they like sit on the chairs.
Chicago, wasn't it?
We did Chicago. We did Moulin Rouge. We did Monty Python Spam-A-Lot, which was friggin' awesome. And then we did Rent. Rent had some risque stuff, and the girlfriend I was dating at the time, tells you how old this was. We rented Rent from Blockbuster. And we watched it, and little old me is like, duh, let's rent. And we watched it, and we were awoken.
Rent's so great. I love it.
Oh, it's my favorite musical. And I tell people that, and they kind of get like, huh? It's great.
I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but it's
It's my
definitely
favorite.
on that list.
Right there in main camp,
Yeah.
15,000 times.
Yeah.
All right, I'll tell this story real quick before we head off. So, if Matt, you will kind of understand this reference, but our band was the NWO in one scenario. Okay, so if you don't know what that means, it's a wrestling term. Okay?
Not to be confused with
Nigerian
NWA.
Wombat Order.
The new Wombat Order. Okay, so in wrestling, it was a group of bad guys, and literally the crowd picked up all their trash and threw it in the ring. Okay, so that's all you really need to know about them. So it was me and a couple more of the low brass, and we would hang out with the tubas. So,
Were you the heel? See, I know words.
we was the heel. We was the heel. So it was what's their actual name on here? Rugby.
Viper, I don't see your
1997.
camera moving anymore. There it goes. You went from one frozen thing. There you go.
Okay.
You're back.
All right. So it's rugby as Chasefer, and then like a whole bunch of guys would go over to the other team's cheerleaders, and if you've ever seen Top Gun, we would pull a move from that movie where you would, take a girl, sing "You've Lost That Love and Feeling" to her and embarrass her. So we would do that to the other team's cheerleaders during third quarter.
Mhm.
Whether we're winning, whether we're losing, it doesn't matter. We could be, getting our butts kicked. We would still do it every single time. So we did it in Barbell's a school. And Barbell went to kind of a rougher school, I would say. And So we're sitting there doing it, and we're getting impaled with all kinds of trash and stuff.
Oh no!
And so we see like the assistant principal come over to us, and we're just like, "All right, guys, I know what you're doing, but you got to get along." And we got booed out of the entire.
Oh, no.
I'm like, even in the parking lot, we were getting thrown. I'm like, I've never been that hated before. I thought it was so funny.
Were y'all in uniform or like?
Oh yeah, we were. I mean, it was during a game. Like it was third quarter.
Well, I know. I didn't know if it was
And
like
then-
too hot out because I know nowadays they.
No, it was like
up, so.
nighttime and fall.
Okay.
So we were in some uniform. I think it was. I don't think we had like legit like wool uniforms or anything like that, because I'm pretty sure that was the year that we marched the orange Converse.
Mm.
So I remember we had something like a long sleeve and a tie, I believe is what we
Oh,
had
like
there.
little suit looking things.
Yeah, we had all kinds of different
remember-
uniforms.
I remember those.
We just
dudes
made out of
looking
thin air.
things.
Before we
Yeah.
would every year we would always wait until like the end of September before we'd even wear uniforms. So we'd always wear that year's themed show T-shirt and blue
that's what we would do.
shorts.
We'd wear khakis.
But we wore these blue because our school colors were blue and white. And we would wear them. And my first year, there was this senior. His name was Jeff, and I was in 8th grade, and he loved to pants people. And when he would do it, he would cackle and scream. So we were on the field like the day before our performances for our parents, and he like runs up behind you and he's like, ah! And like grab your pants and rip them off and just keep running. And he was just going around just doing everyone in the field. And because of the way those pants were made, you couldn't like prevent that. There was like no belt.
We had a different problem. We had Sophie Day. Do you guys remember Sophie's?
No.
Sophie shorts?
Mm-mm.
So they're the girls' shorts. They're booty shorts, and they got
Are
something.
you talking about
written
shorty
across
short
the
Thursdays
bottom.
in college?
Oh no, I'm talking
That
about
was after our time.
booty shorts.
That's right. You guys already graduated. Someone
And,
started that after you guys left.
They're the ones that would have
I've
like the
seen
words printed on the butt,
Nice.
Oh, those.
and I mean everything is about to hang out of these shorts.
Mm-hmm.
All the guys would wear these on one particular day, every
Lord.
single. And let me tell you, there's a lot of white people and a lot of white legs. You know?
I know
We were
one
not
guy
a
in
diverse
particular
group.
who was after your time, and he got really into the idea of the wearing the shorty short Thursday thing, and he had the most alabaster ghostly legs I've ever seen in my life, and it was horrifying to look at. It got so bad that old P-Biv banned the practice and said no one was allowed to wear them anymore.
Oh, that's
Wow. Oh man.
funny. Go ahead, snooze this one more time.
I was wondering who was snoozing that because I was watching it to snooze it.
It's me.
Nice. I forgot I made you mod. I didn't make you mod too, Dr. J.
Who you shut here in the what now?
We got to figure out how to have you do mix it up.
Mm.
Teach you how to do that.
Well, we have a few minutes left. Let's do one thing I wanted to try to do last week, and that's a little. At the end of each episode, I want to have like something that we haven't talked about before, but something that we enjoy, whether it's a game or a movie or a show or an activity that is kind of niche that people may not know about. Just something that we enjoy, makes us happy.
Neat. Okay.
All right.
You guys go ahead.
I'll start.
Nope.
I am very much enamored with the concept of liminal spaces. Do you know anything about this?
Nope.
You should look into this. So it's something that's been popping up on the internet for the past few years, but it's the idea of a place or a picture of a place that feels strangely familiar, but at the same time you've never been there, but it's like really nostalgic but also kind of uncomfortable. And you've probably heard of something like the back rooms before.
What's wrong?
He just had his shots today, so
Poor baby.
So
I
have you heard of something called the back rooms? You should look into it. But anyway, so it's like this concept of these places that exist outside of reality, but they make you feel really nostalgic for something you've never experienced. So like a good example, you'll see a lot of pictures are like these really not grainy, but like it looks like they're taken with like an old camera, and it'll be like somewhere like a McDonald's play place from the 90s or a mall in the 80s or something you know exists, but it's not something you've ever been to, or it's been so long since you can't really remember it. But it's a cool concept anyway. But there's a game. There's people have made a lot of games off of it, but my most favorite one I've found so far is on PS5, and it's called Dreamcore, and it's like $8. You guys should check it out. It's basically each level is you get thrown into. It's not randomly generated, but it feels like it is because of how massive it is. But it's basically just in a giant maze, and you have to somehow find your way out of the maze. But the whole thing feels like it's photorealistic, captured like a video camera. And it's all in first person, so whenever I play it, I always put my VR headset on and like lay back, so it kind of feels like I'm in VR. And then I'll just take the controller and I'll just like wander around and try to find the exit. It can take hours at a time, so I have to usually stop and break it up. But I don't know. I just love the concept of feeling like you're in an old place that doesn't exist anymore. Fun game though. $8 is pretty cheap.
Cool.
Anyway.
I'm looking at pictures of it now. I went to the Lord Googlington.
Yeah, the last update just came out in like June. It was the Playrooms update.
I've seen people kind of play around with this before. I don't recall where.
It's weird. It's like it's branded as a horror game because it makes you feel uncomfortable, but there are no monsters, nothing comes after you, but you constantly have the tense feeling that something's not right. It's it's a fun game.
Did Austin Creed play this on Up Up Down Down?
What?
Dreamcore, because this looks like something familiar, and I can only think if Austin Creed played it on Up Down Down.
Hello.
I have never heard of it.
Okay,
so I'm not sure.
Where have I seen it before?
I can find that real quick.
Still cool. I dig it, man. I might go look it up here in a little bit. So.
Sweet.
I'm not good with stealth. So
it's not stealth. It's not stealth at all.
Oh.
It's just a maze. You just have to find your way out of it.
It's like a walking simulator, I bet.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, so one that I really enjoyed is the store simulators. I've been getting into those quite a bit.
My wife been getting along really well lately.
The trading card simulator and the cars, collectible cars simulator are the two that I really enjoy. I mean, it's just, I don't know, it's fun to kind of make money without actually spending money. But I like that a lot. That's something that I have gotten into offline recently, not shortly.
Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be games, right?
No, it can be anything.
Boy, I feel like I've hit a lot of my weird little tropes and stuff.
Oh, good. I'm
glad. You know what? Huh?
No.
We know I collect things. We know I'm a gamer, and I've got, like, if we ever dig into it, like another podcast when we don't have our upcoming guest, we can dig into those old school, like, classic hits that we probably had as kids. I could dig into some other collectibles another time, but old game series that I've loved near and dear to my heart for a very long time, which is kind of left field for me, and you wouldn't expect it. You are actually a little guy who rolls things into a ball.
Katamari.
Yeah.
Did you know about the new one coming out in October?
I vaguely heard things about it, but I don't know.
Is that like re-roll?
So this is they recently re-released them on next-gen consoles, just like updated graphics, remaster, whatever. But way back in 2002, I believe, this little Japanese game came out about the king of the cosmos getting drunk one night and knocking all the stars out of the sky. And then he blames it on you, the prince, not Prince with a symbol, the artist formerly known as Prince, just the prince. And he says, hey, dude, you're in charge. Clean it up. So you take a little ball called a Katamari, and you roll it around, and you pick up little items to basically throw into the sky and burn it as a star again. And it starts small little trinkets, tools, treasures, to eventually picking up small animals, furniture. We get into bigger things like cars, buildings, dams. Eventually, you're pulling continents off the ground. I mean, it's
Oh wow.
It's absurd.
absolutely bat duke crazy, and it's so fun. That's one of my
It is
island
incredible.
games for sure. And then sequels to it just kind of bend it and shape it into other things where you can play multiplayer. I've played this with my daughter and my wife before. I mean, this game, this series is very near and dear to my heart. It's just so quirky. It's so fun, and I haven't even mentioned the music in it yet because the music
It's
is
crazy.
just absolutely just astounding. I've played it for my students before. It can get difficult. Emily's on the stream or on the chat right now mentioning it. It takes a bit of a learning curve because there's nothing really button wise to press. It's mainly controlled stick wise. So
It's
if you ever
very-
play,
Okay.
Yeah, it's if you want to turn it right, you push one stick up. If you want to turn it left, if you want to go forward, if you want to go backwards, if you want to try to turn it, you can do like this. So it's a lot of that. But what's really complicated is like if you want to like speed up, you have to like do this on the stick, and it gets it's kind of hard to play with, but it's a lot of fun.
when you get used to it, it's a blast.
I've never
It's
heard of it.
similar- Next time I'm over, I'm going to bring you
There's-
Katamari.
Katamari Damacy. The second one was
yeah.
We Love Katamari.
And then
The
there was,
PS3 one was Katamari Forever.
Beautiful Katamari, right?
Beautiful Katamari was Xbox 360. That's the one I played in college. Katamari Forever is the one I played on PS3 actually last November on stream. I played it one night. And the new one, I cannot remember what's coming out. It's called. There was one for the Vita called Touch My Katamari.
Yeah, a lot of double
But-
entendres and stuff.
But yeah,
But yeah, man, Katamari stuff is just as a famous promoter used to say, that's good ish. So
good-ish.
that's
All right.
that's what I heart. Apple Arcade, yeah, Apple Arcade's got a version. So if you're a Mac boy or girl or whatever you are, check it out.
Well, Viper, do you have anyone you want to raid to tonight? We'll let you pick.
Let's see. We'll raid somebody on or my new stream team. We'll meet somebody
good.
new.
Awesome.
Let's see. Okay, here's somebody that I just recently met. Bitrate Bard. Playing Final Fantasy IV. This
Ooh,
dude's pretty cool.
classic.
He very into Magic the Gathering. He's a really cool person. Part of the cutesy stream team, which
Dude,
hopefully all
I
of them-
love Final Fantasy IV so much, and this is like literally the week I started playing it last year, and I think about it around this time of the year all the time. So yeah, definitely, let's go.
Awesome.
All right, until next time, next Friday, we'll be back with episode 5. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow night. I don't know what they're doing tomorrow night. We normally talk about that, but we kind of got carried away
Yeah.
tonight. So check us all
Which
out.
I
though.
knew we would.
Yeah. All right, let's go. We'll see you guys next week.
All right.
Cheers.
See you guys.
Bye.